The Darien Athletic Foundation is proud to present high school girls basketball tonight from the gymnasium at Brien McMahon High School. It's the Darien Blue Wave taking on the Brien McMahon Senators. Welcome in everybody to this live stream by DAF Media. I am Damian Andrew, glad you could be with us, and joining me on the broadcast tonight, a familiar face to Darien Athletics, Tom O'Donnell, who was the former Darien boys basketball varsity head coach. He is currently the Darien freshman football coach, but you liked coaching boys hoops so much you did 2 tours of duty.
I did, and enjoyed every minute of it.
And of course, helped Vito Montelli get to 3 straight state championship games as an assistant at St. Joseph High School in Trumbull. We are just about ready for the opening tip here between Darien and McMahon. Chrissy Fiore, a familiar name to Darien sports fans, 3-sport athlete, and we are underway here at Brien McMahon. Couple of young head coaches, Coach O'Donnell, in this one. Darien is coached by first-year head coach Melba Chambers. She was a college assistant at College of Charleston and Georgetown, her alma mater.
She's got some great experience, and I'm sure the girls have really taken to her.
And McMahon is coached by Derek Sellers in his 2nd year as the head coach. Fiore on the baseline, no good. The follow by Arbubakar, and it stays Darien. They'll get it out of bounds underneath. Caroline Kruger set to inbounds for the Blue Wave. She gets it to Haley King. Fiore kicks it out to King for 3, no good. The rebound by J.C. Holmes. And here's McMahon. The 3 is off by Shania Messelin. So we're just underway here at Brien McMahon High School. Damian Andrew joined by Tom O'Donnell on the call here of this live stream by DAF Media. Here's Chrissy Fiore taking it. Draws the foul. No, it's a charge. So a charging foul on Fiore. Both teams, as you and I just spoke off camera, like to get after. I talked to Coach Chambers yesterday, and she said that she is a type of coach. She's trying to offense off of defense. No score. We are just underway here.
McMahon being very patient.
Trying to penetrate that Darien zone here.
Darien did a good job of packing up the middle, though, and not giving them any entries.
So McMahon picking up full court here on defense. The Blue Wave get it across half court. And underneath is Arbubakar. Hassana Arbubakar is the correct pronunciation of her last name, and she made sure I knew that in pregame.
Well, that was a great post-entry pass for a high-quality shot.
And jump ball underneath, and that'll be McMahon's ball. They retain possession.
They did a great job of going over top of the press last time, but...
And the inbound's almost stolen by Haley King. She knocks it out of bounds, McMahon ball. And the one thing you notice about Darien up front, they are tall with Chrissy Fiore and Arbubakar. The long 3 is no good. And that'll be a foul on Brien McMahon. as Darien tries to clear it.
One little thing of concern, I know in the first game, Coach Chambers was very concerned with their inability to spot the perimeter shooters. And even though McMahon has missed the first 2 threes, both girls were wide open, and Darien's going to need to do a better job of finding them.
Darien trying to break this McMahon pressure. Ball goes out of bounds off Shania Messelin. Yeah, Coach Chambers told me when we spoke before this game that she was encouraged by the way her team played against Norwalk in their season opening loss against Norwalk at home. From the corner, no good. Caroline Kruger. And McMahon comes away with it across midcourt.
Well, having the size of Chrissy Fiore on the point should also give the perimeter shooters a hard time, but that time they got the ball inside.
Yeah, I know. Up front, as we said, Darien very tall with Chrissy Fiore and Abubakar Hassana. So Shania Messelin at the line, misses her first of 2. So a defensive struggle here in the early going, Coach O'Donnell, right?
It looks like a typical early season game, Damon.
Still a little rust on the gears.
There are both teams feeling each other out.
This is McMahon's season opener. Messelin misses both free throws, and here comes the blue wave. Fiore on the ground going after it. Such a fantastic athlete is Chrissy Fiore, of course, headed to the Naval Academy next year. She's a lacrosse star, basketball star, and she's a pretty darn good goalie on the Darien Blue Wave girls soccer team.
Her 19 points Monday night was a real bright spot, I'm sure, for the team.
There's Fiore. From the elbow is no good. Loose ball, and that'll be a travel.
Correct call there by the referee.
And it'll be Darien ball out of bounds underneath the basket. Rachel Stobie to inbounds. She gets it to Fiore. Puts it up, no good. Abubakar. And we've got a foul.
Good job by Darien keeping the ball alive there and getting second and third chances on that possession.
First free throw, no good. Lindsay Demonicus misses them both. And commits the foul. So 4:34 left in the opening quarter, and it's 2-0 Darien. As Coach O'Donnell said, an early season game, both teams trying to feel each other out, trying to get the rust off. And that's out of bounds, a McMahon turnover, and it'll go to the Blue Wave. Of course, DAF Media has already broadcast a Darien freshman football game against New Canaan. You were a part of that. I know you guys came up on the short end of that one, but a great game. We had a lot of viewers watching that game.
Fantastic. It was great having you guys and made it an exciting game, even more so for the kids. We were very proud of how the Darien freshman team played this year. That was a quality freshman team from New Canaan, and congrats to them on a great year.
Asia Andrews in the paint. And it's out of bounds, McMahon underneath their basket. Want to give a quick shout out to DAF Media's Bruce Ferguson, helping us get on the air this evening. Loose ball underneath. No good, and it's cleared away by Shea Dolce. She gets it to DeMonicus, strong to the hoop. Gets it to go down, and it's 4-0 Darien.
I like the way Darien looks down the court against the pressure and advances the ball with a pass past the McMahon players who can't catch up.
Gwen Dolce with a nice up-court feed to DeMonicus for the 2 in transition. And so far, this zone that Darien is playing, Coach, has worked. And mass substitutions by Coach Sellers for McMahon. He's trying to find the right combination in the early going here.
It's going to be interesting to see how the contrasting multiple players in and out for McMahon against the short bench for Darien today will play itself out as the game gets into the second half. It wouldn't surprise me if Darien is playing a lot of zone tonight, with the understanding that there may be limited numbers of kids and trying to save themselves for that second half.
This is a young Darien team, Coach O'Donnell. A number of sophomores, only 3 seniors on this Darien varsity girls basketball team. Here's Dolce to DeMonicus. Misses the baseline jumper.
Another quality shot, though, for Darien.
They've gotten some good looks at the basket, to your point.
Now there's a trap out front of that zone. We hadn't seen that yet, and it leads to a turnover.
So it's the little things, you know, getting back to my conversation with Darien head coach Melba Chambers. She was encouraged by the effort against Norwalk in the season opening loss, but a lot of little mistakes, some turnovers. She said the girls came out and played hard, which she loved. They just got to cut down on some of the mental mistakes. Here's Fiore at the free throw line, tries to get the interior pass to Ramsey. And here's Dolce. Nice move to the basket for 2. So Gwen Dolce, the sophomore, with a strong move down the lane for 2 points. And it's 6-0 Blue Wave.
Good to see Katie on the court. I know she was a little under the weather today. Good to see that she was able to make it.
And you can't miss her with those fluorescent blue high tops.
And there she is securing the rebound for the Wave.
There's DeMonicus. And the steal by McMahon. And a nice effort by Ramsey to alter that shot. Dolce, nice look, nice pass. Fiore finishes. A great look by Dolce to Rachel Stobie to Christine Fiore.
Very unselfish there.
And Derek Sellers wants to talk it over with his group. He takes a timeout, and you can see him very animated in the huddle as his team, with less than a minute left in the opening quarter, has failed to put up any points. But like you said, it's early. Has the feel of an early season game in the FCAC. Conference game, opener for Brien McMahon. This is Darien's second game, coming off a loss to Norwalk at home. They lost to the Bears 61-52, and Coach Fuller at Norwalk has done a terrific job in recent years getting that program near the top of the FCAC.
I like the way they're playing hard. I like the way they play a lot of kids, and they have made some very nice entry passes into the middle of the zone against Darien, but they haven't been able to convert yet. And there's another.
Stays Brien McMahon. Again, thank you for joining us on this DAF media broadcast. High school varsity girls basketball, Darien, Brien McMahon. The shot is up, the left-handed shot up by Tatiana Arias. Can't get it to go. And here's Darien. Dolce. Dolce up top for three. Fails to draw iron. And she gets the air ball chance from the Brien McMahon faithful, as you might expect.
Absolutely. Having coached in this gym a number of times, I'm not surprised to hear it.
Dolce had a smile after that one. Good defense here by the Blue Wave. There's Arias, can't get it to go. And it's going to be a foul on Arbubakar. Hassana Arbubakar.
Darien will need to do a little better job of boxing out on the weak side of that zone. They let McMahon slide right inside them there and get that offensive rebound.
So Jocelyn Lister, the sophomore, puts McMahon on the scoreboard with 7.6 seconds left in the opening quarter. And she gets them both. She looked good on those free throws.
She did, and I know Darien doing a good job of passing it ahead.
And how about that? At the buzzer, Gwen Dolce nearly gets it to go down. It's the front of the iron. So it's 8-2 after the opening quarter. Your takeaway after watching that first quarter?
One thing I really like, especially early in the year from both teams, is they seem to be conscious about trying to get the ball inside on offense, whether it was by pass or dribble penetration. Both teams have come up with some quality looks, but it's not unusual to not see the ball going in just this early in the year. But both teams coming up with quality shots. I really like the way Darien is using the post, and even their perimeter shots have been inside out looks, and those are the very highest percentage ones to get. So if they can keep that up, they might have something to look forward to. McMahon, on the other hand, also got a couple of good interior looks against the Darien zone with some entry passes, but they were unable to convert. You would like to think if they keep that up, they'll have a little bit more luck as we go on. And again, the thing for me, I know the two things Coach Chambers said, they didn't do a good job of spotting the perimeter shooters on Monday night, and there have been some open looks for McMahon, and we're 0 for 2 from the free throw line, which was another big concern of hers, I know.
And the second quarter is underway. Out of bounds off McMahon, so it'll be Darien ball. This is a Blue Wave team, a program, I should say, that's had some success in recent years. It's gone through a number of different coaches, but they have been in the state playoffs the last several years, haven't been able to get out of the first round. Last year, they won their qualifying game, state qualifier against West Haven, beat them 53-52. Fiore hit 2 late free throws to seal the deal. And then they lost to top-seeded Trumbull in the first round of states. Trumbull went on to, as Gwen Dolce hit our camera,
well, I know
clock.
it's. I'll tell you, the FCAC has been a tough league. The last 3 straight Double L state championship games have all had at least one FCAC school in them, and a couple of years ago, both schools were from the FCAC. So Darien has plenty of tough competition along the way, but I know they have been right there and are hopeful of getting into the playoffs this year in the FCAC as well as the states.
There's McMahon in transition. Nice move by Arias, can't get it to go. She brings it back out. There's Lister, puts it up. And it's brought down by Stobie. There's Dolce on the left wing. The 3 is up and good by Caroline Kruger, the junior.
Very impressed with Darien's use of the pass against the pressure. It's resulted in some excellent looks for them, and their first 3 finally goes down.
And that 3 is up, no good for Arias. Here's Dolce up ahead to Fiore. Strong move and a nice steal. by Michelle Perea, and Darien gets it back. Nice effort by Perea.
And a good job there by Haley King to pull it out and settle him down.
And Dolce, the long three, is no good. To your point of a few moments ago, I agree wholeheartedly with you. Darien has really shared the basketball very well offensively, and that has led to some good looks for them.
No question. Against the press especially, passing the ball up is the quickest way to advance it and the best way to stay out of those traps. They've done a nice job of reversing the ball and getting it to the middle and being very unselfish.
Lister from the corner, no good. And Dolce comes away with it. You have to be impressed with Gwen Dolce, just a sophomore. She has handled the ball well and controlled things for Darien. And that is another jumper for Caroline Kruger.
Great job reversing the ball in the offense, getting a quality look.
So the junior has Darien's last 5 points. Long three is no good by Perea. And a turnover, Darien, and they give it back. Nice effort there by Dolce going after that loose ball.
And I like the way Haley King just gave everybody the let's relax, let's slow it down just a little bit, little helter-skelter there. You like to see that kind of leadership from your guards.
If you're just joining us, it's 13-2, Darien up on Brien McMahon here with 5:06 left in the second quarter. Double dribble, Darien ball. McMahon plays hard, and they're trying to cut down on some of the mistakes that they had in that opening quarter here in the second quarter.
Their individual fundamental skill levels right now are letting them down a little bit. They've had some good opportunities. As you said, they're playing hard. They've had some looks, but they simply haven't been able to convert yet.
There's Stobie. Ramsey puts it up. And a foul on the floor on Asia Andrews, number 44.
Rachel Stobie with a good offensive rebound there. And she earns her way to the free throw line.
Free throw no good.
Beautiful release on the second one, and Darien has their first free throw.
14-2, Blue Wave up. And that jumper is up. Megan Bombasi from the foul line gets it to go down. There's Stobie. Pull-up jumper. Just cleared away by McMahon.
Needs to balance up a little on that shot, get the feet spread, and be a little more balanced, and she'll be in good shape.
Lister into Andrews. She had good position in the paint. She's fired up. She has 2 points. McMahon down 14-6. Here's Ramsey into the paint. Nice look. Abubakar can't get it to go down underneath, fighting for the ball. And 3-second violation on Abubakar. And that'll be a travel on Stephanie Skidmore. You know, Coach Chambers talks so much about Katie Ramsey and Chrissy Fiore, two of her top players, as she should. early on here. Gwen Dolce, the sophomore guard for Darien, has played very well. Here's Stobie on the baseline, can't get it to go. And the rebound by Skidmore. Lister pushing it up court.
Couple of good looks the last couple possessions from McMahon. Darien needs to tighten up the defense.
Arias.
And they fail to spot the three-point shooter again.
For three, and she gets it to go down. Tatiana Arias, the senior. Coach Sellers said she's a big part of this team.
And she just gave them a big lift there.
And all of a sudden, Brien McMahon right back in this ball game. Here's Fiore, gets it out to Dolce, back to Fiore at the line. And no foul call there as Chrissy Fiore is taken down. Tatiana Arias in transition. And Skidmore with the offensive board. She goes back up with it, and she is fouled.
A little surprised at the no call down there on the Darien end.
Yeah, the no call on the Darien end as Fiore goes to the hardwood. Stobie whistled for the foul on that. So Skidmore's first free throw is good.
I like the fact that Coach Chambers is rotating and using her bench and trying to keep people fresh, but that also sometimes can interrupt the flow of the game.
Arias came away with the rebound, and then the long three is no good.
But I think she's making the right call here early and trying to make sure they're going to be okay there in the second half.
And Coach Chambers wants a timeout, so she takes a TO. Her team up 14-10 with 2:20 left in the first half. What do you think she's telling her group in that huddle?
I think at this point in time, one of the things for sure is they've got to tighten up the entry passes into the zone, and the perimeter people have to have an awareness of where the girls from McMahon are sliding on the perimeter, so when the ball comes out, they can spot up those shooters. Given the lack of conversion on the inside against the zone by the McMahon girls, I think the perimeter girls in the Darien zone are going to have to be aware of where those perimeter shooters are and not automatically collapse too deep on the zone and leave those girls wide open. And they've capitalized on a couple of opportunities lately.
And the McMahon crowd, very animated. They are into this one as their team is back into this game.
And McMahon is into man-to-man defense now.
And that ball goes off of Andrews, so it stays Darien.
They'll need to adjust here and get some real good player movement and screening going against the McMahon defense.
The jumper from the wing is no good by Haley King. And here's Brien McMahon. Tatiana Arias out front. The senior guard. And she was thinking three. She tries to go inside to Andrews, but the steal by Arbubakar. And a nice effort there
again,
DeMonicus.
Darien with great vision against the press, advancing
Yep.
the ball with the pass and creating a great scoring opportunity. Most of their quality shots have come against the pressure. They're struggling a little bit more in the half-court offense. But again, it's early in the year, Damien. Little of that is to be expected.
I remember when you were an assistant with St. Joe's for Vito Montelli, the legend up there in Trumbull. You have special players, obviously, to get to 3 straight state championship games, as you did when you were an assistant for those 3 years. But he liked to create offense out of defense, get it in transition. You got to have the players to do that.
You clearly do. And both the talent, the quick speed and quickness, and the depth on the bench to be able to rotate the players and keep the pressure on, wear teams down, and then really take advantage of that in the fourth quarter. And they were as good as anybody at it at that time.
15-10 Darien, 1:23 left in the first half, and the turnover as there's a scramble for the ball on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball, and the arrow points to Darien. Imagine if they had to jump it every time like they did in the old days.
When I was playing. McMahon here playing half-court man-to-man. See if Darien can get into some offense where they have good player movement and good screening to help each other get open.
King trying to set the offense. Gets it to DeMonicus. Here's King on the near sideline, and she draws a foul. Arias whistled for the foul with a minute left in the first half. Her team down 15-10.
Darien will be well served by trying to reverse the ball against that defense and not keeping it pinned on one side. It makes it a little easier on the man defense to see the ball and put pressure on it.
There's Rachel Stobie to inbound for the Blue Wave. Nice look underneath to a wide open Chrissy Fiore in the paint. 17-10 Darien. Is the last few moments of this game, the momentum has shifted back to the Blue Wave.
Oh, great job by Chrissy sliding down from the point of the zone to front the post player.
So Darien had a 2-on-1 situation there. Here's Stobie. Stobie kicks it out to King, and she knocks it down.
Twice in a row, Rachel Stobie has found the wide open player on the out of bounds underneath. 2 wonderful assists, 2 quality shots for Darien, and 5 quick points.
And another McMahon turnover as Darien gets it up court. Here's Fiore, pulls up in the paint, off the front of the rim. Jump ball, and that will be McMahon. You know, my favorite movie of all time is Hoosiers. A great movie.
A lot of people would agree with you.
Yeah, I don't. Not only is it my favorite sports movie, it's one of my favorite movies. And the reason why I bring it up, McMahon has done, or Darien rather, has done such a great job of passing the basketball, which is kind of a lost art in today's game.
No question. In fact, a lot of people, I think, rightly say that if you love that style of unselfish team basketball, you have to look these days more to the girls' games than the boys or the pro games to find it. And we have a great example at UConn for these girls to have as a model. A lot of isolation at the pro level, a lot of individual stars, but the team game is still alive and well in girls basketball, and Darien playing very unselfishly, getting a lot of quality opportunities as a result of their willingness to see the floor, pass the ball, share it with each other. It's great to see.
As you and I have these sports conversations, it's so much fun, but it's halftime. Can you believe it? 20-10, Darien up at the half. We are going to take a quick break, catch our breath, and we will be back with second half action here from Brien McMahon High School. We are back here live from Brien McMahon High School, DAF Media, broadcasting the varsity girls basketball game between Darien and Brien McMahon. At the half, it's 20-10 Darien. Damian Andrew alongside Tom O'Donnell, former Darien boys basketball varsity coach. As I mentioned at the outset, loved it so much, you did 2 tours of duty as the Blue Wave varsity boys coach.
Absolutely, it's a great game.
And we are underway here in the second half. I want to give a quick shout out to our production crew here for DAF Media, Connor Darby, who's on camera 1, Chris Benedict, who's keeping stats, and also on camera 1, Luke Sini, and our very own Brendan Ross, as a foul on Brien McMahon.
Darien ran a classic screener play there and had a really good look had the foul not preceded the entry pass.
There's Fiore, goes up strong, can't get it to go. Abubakar Hassana fouled as she puts it back up, gets the offensive board. Ramsey, Katie Ramsey, not in the game right now, but you look at the front line of Darien with Abubakar, Fiore, Ramsey. That is formidable.
It's
3 tall players right there.
Great size. Also probably another reason that Darien is using a lot of zone defense.
And Jesse Holmes comes away with the rebound for Brien McMahon. They get it across midcourt. Here's Holmes from the baseline. The jumper's no good. And it'll be Darien ball. So we're just underway here in this second half. Varsity girls basketball, Darien and Brien McMahon. And Darien does a nice job of breaking the McMahon pressure there. The jumper's no good by Carolyn Kruger. And Darien doing a good job here and early in this second half, hitting the offensive boards.
Very good job, and still doing a good job advancing all the passes. I think McMahon, I know they love to play pressure defense and they want to get out after you, but they may actually be helping Darien offensively by doing that. Darien getting repeated good quality shots at the back end of that press.
So it'll be McMahon ball underneath their own basket. The shot is up and it is good. Megan Bombasi, just inside the top of the arc, gets it to go down. As Bill Raftery used to say, the iron was kind that time for Bombasi. So McMahon applying the pressure, but Darien gets it across midcourt, and then they turn it over. And here's Bombasi with the ball, the junior. Shot no good, the offensive board, and Abubakar with the rebound. Here's Haley King, and that'll be a blocking foul on Cassandra Scott, the senior for Brien McMahon. Tatiana Arias checks back into the game, replacing Jesse Holmes. There's Fiore up top as Darien resets its offense.
They got to recognize the man-to-man defense and get better player movement and screening to start freeing each other up for shots.
Kruger to Fiore, nice look inside the paint. She gets it to go down.
Great post entry, good finish by Chrissy.
Chrissy Fiore had 6 first-half points, and she adds to that total. Nice inside look to Andrews. So Bombasi finds Andrews in the pivot, and she puts it off the glass and in. 22-14 Darien. Here's Fiore. Kicks it out to King. Long 3 off the back of the iron. And it's cleared away by Arias. Up ahead to Perea. And she's fouled and won. Count it. Michelle Perea, the junior. Coach Derek Sellers talked about her before this game, told me she is a catalyst for us, and you can see why. Big bucket there, and she'll go to the line to try to make the traditional three-point play. And it rattles in and out, but Andrews there with the offensive board. She puts it back up and in. So Asia Andrews, the junior, and a turnover by Darien and a foul as Brien McMahon has something going here right now.
They do, and this is, and Coach Chambers is saying exactly the right thing to her team right now. She's saying, calm down. Darien really has to get emotional composure here and not let the game get away from them in a little quick panic.
Arias into the lane, left-handed scoop shot is no good. You can see why Coach Sellers is so high on Tatiana Arias and Michelle Perea. 2 very quick, athletic guards that can do a lot of things on the hardwood. The entry pass to Stobie. The runner is no good. And here's Perea pushing it up court. The kick out to Bombasi. Arias into the lane, up and good. 22-20 as Coach Melba Chambers calls a timeout.
And a good one.
Yeah, not happy right now with her group as McMahon is right back in this game as they cut the Darien deficit to just 2. Darien has led throughout. 4:21 left in the third quarter from Brien McMahon High School.
Darien's going to need to shore up the interior of that defense. And I think they need to get a little help from Chrissy Fiore sliding down from the top of the bottle zone, not only to keep the ball out of the middle, but to help them rebound a little better and make sure they limit McMahon's chances. Offensively, I think Darien really needs to look at being a little bit more patient, getting better player movement, and getting some screening going against the McMahon man-to-man, and I think they'll be very happy with the kind of shots they could create for each other.
Coach Sellers said, ideally, he likes to try to get after it. Again, push the pace a little bit, and they have done that here in this second half.
They have the momentum is McMahon's way right now, but a good timeout by Coach Chambers, and let's see if Darien can get a quality shot out of that timeout.
And the travel on Stobie.
McMahon changed up their defense there, Damien,
yes, they
and
did.
I think got a little confusion from Darien.
Here's Arias, brings the ball up court.
That's the pass they got to stop.
Entry pass to Andrews. She can't convert as Stobie comes away with the rebound. Ramsey gets it to Dolce. Dolce to Fiore. And can't convert, but she gets her own miss, and she makes it.
Great second effort by Chrissy there. Offensive rebounds usually lead to quality scoring opportunities, and it did there for Darien. Chrissy converting.
Bombasi throws it up. Andrews with the offensive rebound and the putback. And we've got ourselves a ball game here, Coach O'Donnell.
We certainly do.
Under 4 minutes left in the third quarter, 24-22 Darien. Fiore puts it up. Can't get it to go. Bombasi clears it, and she brings it up court. Nice look inside. Andrews, another offensive rebound, can't get it to go down, and Shania Messelin, the senior, will go to the line as she is fouled.
What's going on right now, Damien, is the Darien post defenders are playing behind the players posting up on the block, and the perimeter players are extending themselves all the way out on the perimeter, and they can't come down and help. The ball's getting inside too deep, too easy, and Darien is going to need to stop that if they're going to stop McMahon's momentum.
And that's my fault, Coach O'Donnell. It's the foul was called on the floor, so it's a non-shooting foul. There's Arias, kicks it out to Bombese, over to Perea. She splits the Darien defense, puts up the runner, and it's good. And we are tied at 24 with under 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
And Darien needs a good quality shot here, some patience, some poise, and get the shooter they want with the shot they want.
And a steal by Arias, and she pushes it up court. The look to Perea, and a nice feed to Messelin for 2. Shania Messelin gives Brien McMahon its first lead of the game, up 26-24. Stobie can't get it to go. It'll be Brien McMahon ball.
Better movement there. Better shot for Darien. When they come off those screens, I'd love to see him take it all the way to the rim and get a little higher quality shot, or maybe force the foul and go to the free throw line.
And that foul, I believe, well, it's on Darien. I believe it's on Kruger. And that's a foul on Bombese after McMahon turns it over.
Nice defense there from Gwen, good hands. She got the ball back for her team when they need it. Let's see if Darien can get a quality shot. Non-shooting foul, Darien will have it underneath.
So Kruger will inbounds the ball. She gets it to Fiore in the pivot, forces up a shot, no good. And here's Arias taking it all the way, off the window and good. And Brien McMahon has its biggest lead of the game, up 28-24. Here's Dolce, kicks it to DeMonicus, no good. Abubakar is fouled as she tries to put it back up. Hassana Abubakar will go to the line here. First shot is no good, off the back of the iron. Couple of substitutions for Brien McMahon. Stephanie Skidmore comes into the game, and Brianna Perez. Second shot is up and good. Darien down 28-25.
And showing some pressure.
Arias, long three, no good. And it's cleared away by the Blue Wave. Here's Dolce pushing the action, gets it to Fiore, no good. Abubakar on the second effort as she continues to crash those offensive boards.
And it's gotten her to the free throw line 2 successive possessions, and gets Darien a chance to get some points out of each possession, which are badly needed now, so they can relax, calm down, and stay in this game.
Shot is up and no good. Abubakar misses the free throw. Here's Arias. Up and down. As Brianna Perez, number 12, thought about the corner 3, but then the defense was a little too good there. McMahon in the man-to-man. Fiore goes baseline, and she travels.
Darien's going to keep the full court pressure on.
Arias gets it over midcourt. Perez over to Lister, inside to Messelin, and that shot is no good at the buzzer as Arias lets it go and comes up short. So that's the end of the third quarter. Brien McMahon up 28-25 as the momentum shifted there.
As we talked about at halftime, this game often comes down to a series of 3 or 4 spurts per game per team, and McMahon had a great run there in the third quarter. Let's see if Darien can answer.
Coach O'Donnell, we'll take a look at some still photos here, edited by our very own Brendan Ross of, there's Luke Cini, one of our DAF media production crew members, some of the sophomore football players making pies for the holidays.
Fantastic.
Over the weekend on Sunday. Some great shots there. Thanks to Susan Graham for those pictures. Very festive scene right there. And we are back here at Brien McMahon High School. The Blue Wave down 28-25. High school girls varsity basketball. Second game of the season for Darien. It's the season opener for Brien McMahon.
The first 3 minutes of this quarter will be crucial. Let's see if Darien can keep their poise, come up with a couple of quality shots, and get the momentum turned back their way.
There's Fiore into the paint, off the back of the iron. Kruger tracks it down but turns it over, and then Lister steps out of bounds. So the ball goes back to Darien.
Even though the shot didn't go in for Chrissy, that's who they want shooting it, and that was a good quality shot. They keep getting shots like that. I think things will go Darien's way in a little bit.
And the Darien turnover.
Stop the ball here. Don't let it inside.
There's Cassandra Scott. And she is triple teamed by the Blue Wave, and it works as they get it and
turn it over.
It'll be Darien ball.
Great defense by the Wave there.
They triple team Scott in the corner, and it pays off. And here's Dolce, the sophomore guard, who handles the ball so well. Long three is no good. Lister comes away with the rebound. So the long three by Haley King, no good. And McMahon turns it over. The pass up ahead to Fiore as she tracks it down in the corner. Finds Abubakar, misses the wide open shot down low.
Great job though by Chrissy to settle the ball, get on balance, under control, and then make that great post entry pass. Little unlucky, that Abubakar was unable to convert. But another great chance for Darien there. They keep getting shots like that. I think they'll be all right.
She had the bunny right down there low and can't convert. And McMahon breaks this Darien pressure underneath, and that is good as Shania Messelin puts up 2 more. McMahon extends its lead to 5.
Darien could use a little player movement here, a little screening for each other. There we go.
And the long 3 at the top of the key is no good by Haley King. Here's Tatiana Arias with the ball. And she throws it away, and it'll be Darien ball. So we've got 6:20 left. If you're Coach Chambers, what do you want to see happen here in the next couple of minutes?
Well, what you would like to see happen here is maybe get some quality shots for Chrissy. In games like this, when you're behind and you're on the road, you want to make sure your good players are getting touches and are getting opportunities to score points for you. And that was a great entry to her there. They forced the foul, and even though it's not shooting, they've been very good under the basket with entries on the plays.
Here's Fiore.
Again,
can't get it to go down.
Yeah, it's a good entry. That's who you want to get the shot.
Arias the length of the court, and she can't get it to go, and it's a McMahon foul as Caroline Kruger comes away with the rebound. And Coach Derek Sellers of Brien McMahon, in his 2nd season as the Senators head coach, has to be pleased with what he's seen out of his players here in this second half.
The style of play and the tempo of the game has definitely turned to their favor. I'm sure he would like to see it remain the way it's been going for the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Darien in the bonus, so it's a 1-and-1 situation as Kruger converts the front end of the 1-and-1. And she gets both of them. 2 big free throws right there by Carolyn Kruger.
And she looked good
junior.
doing it.
Yeah, she did.
Nice form, and they would love to see her get back to the line before this game is over.
Here's Arias being defended by Fiore. Lister out to Arias. Bombasi splits the defense and turns it over. Here's Caroline Kruger with the ball in the open floor.
Reverse it this way. Oh, love the post entry to Chrissy.
Kruger for 3.
Another quality look that just doesn't go down for the wave. But the 3-point shots that come off of inside passes and come back out is the highest percentage 3-point shot in the game. I'm sure Coach Chambers would like to see a few more of those fall for her team.
A couple of substitutions for Brien McMahon. Michelle Perea comes back into the game, the junior guard, as does Asia Andrews. Here's Arias up ahead to Perea. She finds Bombasi, and Bombasi is fouled. And I believe that was on 23 of Darien, Haley King. Bombasi hits the first one.
Would like to see Darien push the ball a little bit in the open court after missed shots and see if they can get some 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s at the end instead of having to work so hard 5-on-5 in each possession.
Katie Ramsey into the game for Darien, and she gets the runner to go down. Haven't seen a lot of Ramsey in this game, a little under the weather.
No doubt that has affected Darien a little bit, but I'll tell you, they're getting lots of quality time for the depth they're going to need to build this year if they're going to challenge for one of those playoff spots.
And nice block by Andrews, another block. Up ahead to Messelin in the open floor, and she converts the layup. And Brien McMahon is up 36-29, and Coach Melba Chambers wants a timeout for Darien, as she doesn't want this game to get away from her.
No, she doesn't, but at this point in time, down 7 with 4 minutes to go, it looks like she's going to need to try and up-tempo the game a little bit herself. And I think if they can continue to get some offense off of defensive turnovers, and if they can push the ball up a little bit after missed shots, I think they'll get some quality looks. But the bottom line is, Damian, sooner or later they're going to have to convert those quality looks if they're going to win this game. And I think it's been more a case of that. I think they've had some good shots. But if you're Darien, you would like to see Chrissy, and you would certainly like to see Katie back in the game, get some touches down the stretch here. And if you don't get shots to go, you want to draw fouls and get to the free throw line, but you need to get points out of each possession to keep yourself in this game and not let it get it away from you.
Both of these teams have certainly been scrappy in this game, and they are going to be a tough game for anyone in the FCAC this season. That much we know. There's Kruger to Fiore, inside to Ramsey.
Great
nice look.
Right out of the timeout. Great job by Coach Chambers to get a quality look in the hands of the girl they wanted to shoot it. More of that will serve them well. And now here's a defensive steal. And it
Ramsey, the length of the court, can't get the layup to go down, and it's cleared away by Michelle Perea. Up ahead to Messelin. She's tripped up, and there's going to be a foul called on Gwen Dolce.
Accidental, but still a foul.
Yep.
Good call by the official. And a great job by Darien that time to turn the ball over and push it and get a great look at the end of that fast break that they just couldn't quite convert. But that's exactly what they need to do here in the last 3:49 of the game.
Makes the front end of the 1-1. Both teams in the bonus. Under 4 minutes left in the game. McMahon up 37-31. And nothing but net on that second attempt. 38-31 McMahon. It has really been a tale of two halves in this one. Darien played very well, had the lead in the first half, at the half. And McMahon has come out strong here in this second half. And they continue to play that man-to-man defense, which has worked for them in this second half.
They've done a good job with it. The thing that has been most noticeable between the beginning of the game and the second half of the game is Darien's ability early to get transition points against McMahon's pressure. Haven't been able to do quite so well with that the last half of the game.
There's Ramsey at the line. Can't get the first one to go down.
Getting some good advice from her teammate, Chrissy Fiore, to keep her hand up on that follow-through. And there she goes.
Gets it to go down. Ramsey, of course, another multi-sport athlete for the Blue Wave. Terrific soccer player. Had a great season for Darien.
She's had a great impact on this game since she's re-entered it.
She certainly has. Inside to Andrews in the pivot.
And she gets a good block there. And Darien can push the ball here. Let's see if they can get a good scoring opportunity and get some points out of this possession.
There's Dolce to Ramsey. Inside to
great unselfish passing.
The two seniors with interior passing there just can't convert. And here's Perea in transition, and a nice defensive effort by Gwen Dolce, the sophomore. But she steps on the line. It'll be Brien McMahon ball.
She'll learn as she gets older to pull that ball back, crossover dribble, get it into the middle of the court, and she won't make that mistake later in the year when Coach Chambers has a chance to work with her on it.
It'll stay Brien McMahon ball. They call a kick on that.
They did.
Good crowd for this early season FCAC matchup between these two schools.
And they're
border rivals.
Getting to see an exciting game, that's for sure.
It has been competitive. Here's Bombese, swings it to Andrews, the long shot for her.
Oh, they got to get that rebound, though. You can't give up second chance opportunities this late in the game. Good
and
hustle
boy,
there by
Chrissy
Chrissy,
Fiore, great effort. The arrow points to Darien on the jump ball situation.
McMahon coming out in more full court pressure. This could work to Darien's advantage if they could break it and get a quick basket at the end.
Darien operating against that McMahon pressure. Here's Stobie. And they call her for steps. So Darien turns it over with 2:27 left in the game. Fiore leads the Darien scorers. Leads Darien with 10 points. Katie Ramsey with 7. To your point, she's had a nice impact off the bench in this game.
She sure has. She's part of Darien's 1-2 punch. And there's no question that she's been under the weather tonight and hasn't been able to play her usual minutes. Got some quality time for players who are going to have to provide that depth for Darien this year. But there's a girl that's going to be at the heart of everything they do, and a great finish from Chrissy Fiore there at the end of the break.
Nice finish, nice change of direction off the dribble by Fiore. She'll go to the line and try to convert the three-point play.
That's what they need to do. They need to push the ball now. They need to get 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s at the end, get quicker shots, and hopefully get it into the hands of their best players who can finish plays or go to the free throw line and get them points.
And this is a big free throw coming up to try to cut this McMahon lead to 3.
And that makes it a one-possession game, and all things are possible when that happens in this game with the three-point shot. One of the things that you can look for here coming out of this timeout is hopefully if Darien can convert this free throw, will they put the pressure on? McMahon's been able to dribble their way through that press and get some good shots of their own at the end. So if they do come out and press, Darien's going to have to not let McMahon dribble penetrate between players and get that ball up the gut of the defense and then push it ahead for a high-quality shot inside.
Leading scorers in this game for Brien McMahon, Shania Messelin, the senior, with 8 points, and as I mentioned moments ago, Chrissy Fiore with 10 points, trying to get her 11th point here at the foul line. Damian Andrew alongside Tom O'Donnell, the former Darien boys basketball coach, current Darien freshman football coach. There's Fiore, rattles in and out. Messelin comes away with the rebound and gets it to Arias, who brings it across midcourt. There's Perea. Arias out front.
McMahon looks like they're trying to spread the court.
And a nice look. Perea to Messelin for 2 in the paint.
Darien's got to come up quickly now and go right to the basket.
And it'll stay Darien ball.
And Katie Ramsey will come right back into the game as they try and run an out-of-bounds play here and hopefully get a shot for her or Chrissy right near the basket. And there it is.
And she is fouled by Asia Andrews.
Great substitution there by Coach Chambers to get one of her 2 best players in and get her the ball and get her to the free throw line.
So 2 shots for Katie Ramsey. And it rattles in. So 40-35, McMahon up with 1:32 left. There's Ramsey's second attempt. And it is good. 2 big free throws right there. She comes out. Abubakar comes back in.
See if Darien can get a trap here, turn the ball over, and convert it into some offense.
Bombese gets it across midcourt. There's Andrews, and she is fouled by Abubakar.
Well, what Darien's got to hope for here is a miss on the free throw line and a chance to push the ball down the court and get another quick shot into the hands of their best players, or potentially create an open shot for one of the other players.
1-and-1 here for Asia Andrews. Front rim's the first one.
Got to get that rebound, though, and Coach Chambers will work on that.
And Arias was there for the rebound, and she brings it out up top to reset, and that's a foul on Fiore.
I have to do a better job of boxing out on the free throw line and making sure that if you're fortunate enough that they miss, that you can get that ball and push it up the court and convert that opportunity into offense and not give them a second chance. And here they are back on the line.
There's Michelle Perea, the junior guard. Gets the first one. So now the clock becomes Darien's enemy as well.
No matter what happens on this shot, it'll stay 2 possessions, but Darien will need to push this.
And gets them both.
There we go. And the
Stobie.
great look inside.
Ramsey can't hit the 15-footer.
We'd just like to see her take that to the basket and at least force the foul and get to the free throw line, rather than settle for the easy jumper in the one-shot opportunity.
Foul on Darien. Bombese will go to the line. Shooting 2.
And that's a killer, Damien. They missed both free throws, but got the offensive rebound again, and now they'll run clock and force Darien to foul them.
And the foul by DeMonicus, Lindsay DeMonicus, out front. Two-shot foul. Perea misses the first one.
Darien's got to be physical now with the bottom 2 girls on the block here. They've got to have quick footwork. They've got to get between themselves and the McMahon players, and they've got to get this rebound if they get one.
Second one is good. Under a minute left here.
Right to the rim, Chrissy.
Nice shot. Hits the pull-up jumper along the baseline, and then the quick foul by Gwen Dolce, the sophomore guard.
A nice sportsmanship there to help up her opponent.
Yep. Good point, Coach O'Donnell. Good point.
Heads up play to make the quick foul, and I'm sure there was no animus there. And great sportsmanship.
No, they wanted to foul right away.
No question.
Of course, you're fouling one of their top players, but you take what you can get late in the game, right?
Correct. Not a lot of options now.
With 35 seconds left, you take what you can get.
Again, this is real key. We're still looking at a 2-possession game here, but you've got to get this rebound if they miss. Got to be physical.
Second one is up and good. 44-38.
Go right to the rim now.
Get it to Fiore. Can't get it to go.
A little surprised she didn't get a foul call there, but...
And it's Brien McMahon ball.
trying to do the right thing there. See if they can turn the ball over and get some offense off some defense.
And the quick foul by Stobie. So Messlin will go to the line. This has been entertaining, Coach. Can't thank you enough for hopping aboard on this DAF media broadcast. It's been a lot of fun, competitive game, kind of a tale of two halves, really.
It really has been. From McMahon's side, you've got to be encouraged by their ability to turn the ball over and to push the ball and to get some great shots. I know Darien would like to have had Katie Ramsey 100% tonight, and we could see in her short bursts her ability to have a huge impact on the game, and I'm sure she will for Darien. But certainly a lot of quality playing time for some of the Darien girls that will pay off down the road, I think, for them this season.
Second free throw is up and good. 45-38, under 30 seconds left in the game. And Coach Chambers wants a timeout. Shania Messlin, the junior, or the senior rather, for Brien McMahon, has played very well in this game. 11 points, been big in key spots here in the second half as Coach Sellers and Coach Chambers talk things over with their respective teams. Obviously, Darien, you don't want to fall to 0-2, but there's a lot of positives they can take away from this game, no doubt.
No doubt about it.
Coach, you'll like this one. Coach Chambers said there's positives you can take in every win and positives you can take in every loss.
In 37 years of coaching, I can attest to that. You often learn more from your losses than you do from your wins.
Certainly.
And I have no doubt they'll learn the lessons here and apply them and reap the benefits later this season.
They inbound it to Fiore. There's Stobie. And it's out of bounds off of Perea.
Clock's against them here. They need to try and go right to the rim here and get a quick shot and either get fouled or potentially kick out for a three.
Fiore swings it to Stobie, back to Fiore, and Darien turns it over as Perea is going to bring it out. Smart play. The clock is their ally, and she is wrapped up, and there's going to be a foul here. Called on Lindsay DeMonicus. And so Perea will go to the line and shoot two. Misses the first shot. Gets the second one to go, and that will do it here from Brien McMahon High School as the Senators come from behind to beat Darien 46-38 in this early season FCAC showdown. The two teams go through the handshake line, and Coach O'Donnell, your thoughts on this one? Like we said, in the second half, it was a tale of two halves. Darien came out very strong, started the game, I believe, on a 13-2 run, and then gradually Brien McMahon crept back into it.
Yeah, the real difference between those first and second halves was Darien's ability to get quality shots early in the game against McMahon's press. They had less success being able to convert their opportunities running their half-court offense when they did not get something in transition. But the absolute killer for them, Damian, coming down the stretch was their inability to rebound the ball when McMahon was shooting free throws those last 4 or 5 opportunities.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Chrissy Fiore led all scorers with 14 points. Shania Messlin was the leading scorer for Brien McMahon. She played well in the second half, the senior with 11 points. Katie Ramsey had 9 off the bench for Darien. The Blue Wave fall to 0-2. Brien McMahon gets its first win in its first game of the season. This was their season opener. Just want to give a shout out to our DAF Media production crew. Two of our newcomers, Luke Cini, Chris Eggs Benedict, getting it done for us today. One of the great nicknames you're ever going to hear, Eggs Benedict. I don't know why I never thought of it, Brendan Ross. Brendan Ross joined us after swimming practice. And, of course, Connor Darby locking it down on camera one for much of the second half. Shout out to him. Coach O'Donnell, this has been a pleasure. We got to do this again. Will you do this again with me? We'll do a boys' game, another girls' game, perhaps?
Have really enjoyed it and would be happy to be back with you at the first opportunity.
Absolutely. For Coach Tom O'Donnell, I am Damian Andrew. Darien, again, loses 46-38 to Brien McMahon. This has been a production of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Have a great night, everybody. So long.